these are three words that just don't go together, and they raise a lot of eyebrows. But it's time. It's time for us to start to talk about these things. It's time to be open about these things. It's time to talk about the taboos, because we are now in 5D. And when I talk about January, we are now in fifth dimensional space. We are here, and you can call it New Earth, you can call it 5D, but in 5D we now start to talk about these things. We look at the higher aspect of sexuality and sex and alchemy and all of these things. Magic on the higher planes is not used for control, manipulation, trickster energy, but it is for the expansion of humanity, of the cosmos, aligning with harmony, aligning with the cosmic energy. So it is used for good rather than evil. And so we must look at all of these things and start to bring them through. So if you have signed up for the 6-part series, you are in for a treat. And it was in the channeling course last year, when we did the last channeling course, that it was on day 2. I went to bed and I just got this message that I needed to create this for this year. And it's just beautiful because it falls on the 13th, and 3 is her number. She loves number 3, but 13 is the number of the goddess, so she's really happy to do it and start today. So you're going to get to experience so much in these 6 sessions. She said it's 6-part series. I know Magdalene's coming through for the next one. She's more connected with the sexual energy, and Isis is more connected with magic. But we will go into the alchemy schools and we will explore. Also Hathor, Goddess Hathor, is going to come through for the following one. So those are the first 3. After that, I don't know yet, but I will keep tuning in and see who's going to come through. What they want me to do is to take you all to these temples, just to activate ancient knowledge within you. It's all in your DNA. It's in the ancestral knowledge and the memories, and we have this information inside of us. And so when Goddess Isis comes into your life, she started to come into my life it was exactly 13 years ago she came to my life. And at that time I was going through such a dark time. I was depressed. I remember looking in the mirror and saying to myself, Neelam, how did you get here? I just looked at myself and I just felt disgusted with myself. In one way, I felt trapped. I felt stuck. This high-flying woman who was an ambitious woman, driven, suited, with her high heels on, and all of the company car, all of that stuff gone, and I just completely lost my identity through the years and become mum, carer. And I knew that wasn't my life. That wasn't it for me. There was something more. And it's at that point she came to help me, because I was so stuck. And she started to come into my dreams. And she said, you need to balance your work and your family life. And I said, well, how do I even start to do that? And I was guided to go into meditation. So when she comes into your life, she starts to guide you towards your higher calling, towards your true purpose here on earth. And she will also start to activate dreams that you've forgotten, that you've made before you came to earth, that are inside of you, that you just settled. If you settled in life and you thought, what, that dream isn't for me, that wasn't meant for me, and maybe I can't access that, she'll come and she'll say, no, you can, you are powerful, and I'm going to show you back to your power. And that's when she started to work with me, and she's been an incredible guide for me. So you may have a deep connection with her. If you're all here, you've either had lifetimes in Egypt, you've been one of her initiates, and she really cares for her initiates and souls who've worked with her, served her, worked in her alchemy school. She will support you. So if ever you're going through anything and you're feeling stuck, or you need some guidance, talk to her. She will help you. She's incredible, very loving, very motherly, very supportive. She's very supportive of women women and children. She helps women to create abundance for their natural gifts. But she also supports the masculine who's been in the goddess temples, who's worked for the goddess, her initiates. She'll also take care of them. So deeply, deeply loving. And she's opening this space. So we will go with her into this and explore. Also, Horus is coming through, and Horus is her son. And if you look at I've put the symbol up behind me, but it's the eye. And the eye of Horus is just to remind us that, to access these higher vibrations, to access the alchemy schools, to access the infinite wisdom of the universe, you have to go through here, the third eye. If you look at any Hindu woman, she will be wearing a bindi right here, a tikka or a bindi. This is to show us that this is your power. This is the power spot. And when she came to me, my third eye was not open. I couldn't see. I closed my eyes and it was just all dark. And meditation started to open that up for me. And then I had some healing work and I got my third eye open, and then everything started to appear. So Horus will say to you, get your third eye open, get it open, start to do your meditation, get into those advanced states of meditation, practice, 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 and then you'll see everything. You will see everything. You'll enter those worlds that are beyond. And if you've been journeying with me over the last few years, you get to see the most incredible things when we go into a deeper state. He says you'll see those things when you're in Theta State, in dream state, when you've stepped into the subconscious mind. So this is why we do the breath work and meditation on a Monday, because what we're doing, we're getting you, with the breath work, we're getting you into a deeper state beyond the conscious mind and into Theta. And then we leave you there in your meditation, and that's when the magic happens. So, if you can't get yourself into deep meditations, you can come on the Monday sessions and you can just go into those deeper states. That will help to just open up the third eye. Yeah. So the sex alchemy schools, they were a secret. They were kept a secret because in those days, they didn't want everyone to have this information, because it could be very easily used for wrong things, for power. And last year, I remember I took souls to the fifth dimension, and what I saw myself doing there was Tantra. And this year, in October, I started to create new sessions, which were working with the Kundalini energy, activating the serpent energy, soul ignition, working with tantric masters from across the veil, also working on the prostate, masculine healing, because that's where men store a lot of emotion, and for women, the womb healing, and also working with the yoni, so a lot of trauma in the genitals because of the way we've been brought up through the generations with religion. We don't look at the sexual organs. So, when we take you into these places, you'll start to activate things in your sacral. You may start to release wounds that you've had there. It'll start to wake up DNA, because you've got that information in your field. That information is there. What happens, what she says, is it also helps you to heal any issues you have with your mother. So if you heal your relationship with your mother, and she helps you to do that, what you will do is you will clear 7 generations in front of you going forward and 7 generations backwards. So, healing through the timelines and healing issues with our parents, we don't even realize the work that we are doing here. We are healing the generations. We are healing our ancestors. We are healing our parents. We are healing through the lineage. So you just remember how important the work that you are doing, and to keep going, because you are making, if you have children and if you have daughters, you are changing the timelines for them. You are changing the generational patterns for them. What I've experienced, my daughter will not experience. What my mum experienced, what I may have taken on, my daughter will not experience if I change it here. So this is so powerful. This is how we, create change on the planet. So remember, whenever you're going through any kind of transformation, remember you cannot even imagine how your energy is affecting the world globally, literally. Not even globally, through the galaxies, through the universes. It's huge, because we are energy and we are eternal and we are vibration. And where do we end? We don't end. We keep going. So just remember that. Okay. So she also talks about sacred relationships, and if you are in a partnership and you want to explore sacred sexuality, she will focus a lot on breath work, on movement, on massage, moving the energy through the body. And when you come into the higher templates of sacred relationships and sexuality, it is to help each other to ascend in your mastery, to ascend to the next level of your awakening. So this is where partnerships come together to help each other to ascend. Sex alchemy, life force, Tantra, Kundalini, Shakti, they're all the same. They're the same thing, just using different words around the world, but it's all the same. Chi, prana, it's all the same. It's moving that sexual energy through the crown, through the third eye, so bringing it up through the third eye, and then you're out into the cosmos. A lot of Tao masters work with this energy, and you know it's powerful. So, and there's a chapter in Think and Grow Rich, chapter 11, not in the latest book, but the one before that. And he writes in there that if you can harness this energy, it's like a rocket ship that will go into the cosmos. If you can harness this and channel this, you will become a genius. You will become a genius. This is how powerful this energy is, how potent it is. And sometimes when I work with clients and I'm working with the serpent energy, so you have the lunar, the serpent, the lunar, and then you have the solar right at the base of your spine. Now, sometimes when I work with clients there, it's stuck. So you'll see the two serpents and they're just sitting there like this. They're completely stuck. They're not moving at all because there's so much density, trauma, and there. Sometimes you get the feminine. She's like this. She's moving, but the masculine is holding her down, so she's stuck, she can't get out, so she's kind of just moving, but she can't go up the spine. Sometimes they're dancing, but then they get stuck in the solar plexus and they can't go any further. So this is why we have to clear out the energy centers, clear them out, so that these beautiful serpents can just dance. And this is how I see them. They just dance, and then they can go all the way up and out through the third eye and into the cosmos. So this is just moving energy. So when you work with sexual tantra or anything like that, all they're doing is they're activating your electromagnetic circuits. They're moving the energy.